I'm gonna need my water. This leftover, it's like a tan type of color. I like it for the backdrop. A rough shop rag, something junky. Get want like a rougher brush, something like that. I want all the color to be on the head wrap, the flowers, the leaves, the stems, her face being a rusty dark color like that. I love it. Can't tell you how much I like that. Love that piece of metal. When I seen it in the junkyard, I already knew. That's how I see my artwork. I be knowing 90% of what it's about to look like. The next piece, the next wood panel piece, I know what it's about to look like too. Like that. That's enough. Little trick with your paint cans, you want to put a rag over it while you hammer it so it don't go everywhere. We're gonna use this to wash. It's real soupy. Can't even show you how soupy it is, but it's super soupy in there. Oh yeah, I already like it. I like how transparent that is. That's what I was going for. That's just what I was going for. I want to still see wood grain. I want to still see imperfections. Look at this. I love it. That's the kind of stuff I like working with. All the way 360 around the sides. So this is gonna pretty much behave like a stain, okay? All right, after mixing some paint, let me walk you through how I approach painting something like a wood panel. So I already had in mind, in my head and off of Procreate, what I wanted to do with the head wrap. All I got to do was buckle down and do it, and I made a lot of mistakes. I reset a couple of times. I don't know if you can see this on the time lapse, but I had to reset a couple of times. And all you do when you reset is you may paint over some sections, or if you can wipe away some sections, and then you reset your mind, your creative spirit, right? And you say, nah, I don't want to approach it like I was just doing. The strokes were ugly, the pattern was crazy. I want to go back with a clearer mind and discovery path, because as you're painting, you don't have it all together. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you're just discovering on a path to the finish line, if that makes sense. It's crazy to go into the mind of an artist, but that's real talk right there. So I'm gonna let you watch me paint for a sec, and then I'm gonna sum it up here in a second on what really happened. I started doing this piece in more of a decor, I don't know, pattern, almost eggshell Easter color pattern, right? That ain't me. That's just not me. I'm more of a texture guy. And as I step into these more creative boundaries that I'm breaking down, right? I gotta still incorporate who I am. And I'm more of a textured painter, surrealism, hyper, I don't know, impressionism, all these terms you want to throw on it, but I'm not this smooth pattern decor guy. I know artists who kill at this, and I'm on my curve. So I had to reset and go back in with more textures, shadows, and layers, and then do my research, my cultural research, before I added in African diaspora patterns to the head wrap, okay? I don't just blindly go to Google and grab stuff. I actually did research pertaining to my showcase that that was accurate to the South Carolina diaspora, and I added the patterns to her head wrap. And I gotta say, just give it a few minutes and see the end result. It is amazing. Look at it, it's coming together. So my researched patterns took me as far as I could go with this piece. Adding the shadows and values that I typically would use on a piece really helped me out. And my COO, who is my wife, Marissa, she came by the piece and she did admit, also my executive COO, who is my daughter, who is a fine artist as well, they both admitted that after confiding to them, I needed to add in my signature touch. They told me it's just not me. So I had to go in and add in my signature touch with gradients, values, shadings, highlights, the way that I normally would express Timothy on a piece of artwork. Okay? I must admit it helped out. The patterns are going to do their thing. Okay? The patterns will do their thing, but you have to add yourself to it. You do not want to mimic whatever you saw in your research. I read books on these patterns. I didn't read the whole book. I read sections of books, I got to admit. I read sections of articles. I sat down with people here, the elders here in South Carolina in my area. I researched these patterns the way I feel like I should. However, I still want to paint like I want to paint. You know, I'm not a copy machine. So I went ahead, added in Timothy's flavor, did the patterns that I felt belonged on this piece for South Carolina diaspora. And I gotta admit, I'm so happy with it. Give it a couple more minutes. You'll see what I mean. I gotta reattach the face. I gotta bolt that down for good this time. And then I'm gonna reveal it to you. Man, I'm smiling. I'm smiling on the microphone. I like pieces like this. I like pieces that invoke questions. When you walk past this piece, it's almost 4 foot diameter. You're gonna ask questions like, what's up with the magnolia flowers? What's up with her head wrap? What's up with the patterns? Why is her face standing off the piece and it's metal? All right, so with this piece, venturing off into something new always gives me a sense of like fear at first. I don't know how this is gonna come out. Then it gives me a sense of confidence because I always end up achieving something I thought I couldn't achieve. I stretch myself, I push limits that, you know, welding and fabrication and putting together different materials, like things that I don't know if it's really gonna come out to work. Is it gonna bubble up and be ugly? Is it gonna chip away? So there's all these doubts and fears that I love into doing new projects. This one taught me a lot. I don't like how the LEDs came out. I think I will switch that process or better that process in the future because I'm interested in some LED effects. And I hate that this one didn't come out the best, but is what it is on this one. I could sit here and adjust things, which I might. I'm the boss. I can do that. Or I may do away with the LEDs. We'll see. I know on that next piece is gonna be a downtown Greenville, South Carolina piece. I'm gonna adjust the lights and make them stand out more. Either way, I'm happy with this piece. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the learning process that I went through for this piece. And I'm happy with giving myself grace to do it. Cause I'm always like, nah, you're a painter. You paint. So I got a lot more going on now. and I'm happy with it, and I like it. On to the next.